And hello. We are live from Amsterdam. And as always, I'm showing you I am living the crypto lifestyle. Here is footage from Valentine's night. Andrea running to the Pannenkoeken boat, the pancake cruise. Yes, absolutely. That's what we did, the pancake cruise. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I want you to see that I'm walking my talk. I'm not just saying that I live the crypto lifestyle, but I indeed live it. So go to crypto.lifestyle and then you can basically get a recipe for success. What I'm doing is I dollar cost average into Bitcoin, and then I also make some smart investments in the decentralized finance space. And I kind of want all of you to know what I'm doing. I want you to do that too. So if you're ready for the show, type in ready, and then we're going to get started. We're going to look at Bitcoin, at the charts. We're going to compare Bitcoin to other assets, and we'll also talk about what is so important that a lot of Kryptonians are missing out is involvement in DeFi. So we're going to look at that as well. Let's get this show on the road. Who do I have with me? I know you are tuning in from all over the world. And as always, it is the opportunity for you to ask someone who is actually living the crypto lifestyle. Ask your questions. It's very important. I wish I had someone like me about when was that? In 2016, when I started my journey, I learned about crypto the wrong way from a guy who made me believe that the only way to own Bitcoin was buying it from him. That, of course, was wrong. I did my research, as it is very important in this industry to find out what is the truth. Tonight, however, we're going to look at the current state of affairs in crypto. There's been a few things in crypto that have frustrated people, and those are the so-called rug pulls. So what are rug pulls? Rug pulls are basically, it's a situation when a public figure endorses a meme coin that essentially has no other utility other than to bring a community together and as such create a community bank. And then what happens after people buy into the coin, very few select people who were in on the coin early, they just dump on everyone else. And that's essentially a very ugly way of stealing money from other people. Currently, though, a somewhat legal way, because of the unregulated space in crypto, that will definitely, most likely, change over the course of the following years. And it is something that we're kind of torn because as decentralized finance lovers, as crypto lovers, we have demanded for a way to be in a financial space where there is no outside influence. A little bit, if you will, anarchy in finance. And that's what we got. So whenever you have a situation, an environment where there's not a lot of oversight, people tend to take advantage of that. And that's what happened. It's just that, to our surprise, people seem to be taking advantage of it whom we would not have expected, right? And the most recent case is actually the president or prime minister. I don't know if he's a president or prime minister. Andrea probably knows, so she can drop it in the chat if she wants. But basically, the highest functioning public official of Argentina, Javier Milei, if I pronounce that correctly, he met someone, and that someone convinced him to launch a meme coin. The meme coin was called Libra, and it was supposed to be the new way of investing in Argentina's future. As I explained to you earlier, when you launch a meme coin, anyone can buy into it. And essentially what you create is a community bank where everyone who holds the meme coin has essentially a savings account in a checking or savings account in that community bank. The problem is if too many account holders demand their money back, then what happens is that the bank basically crashes. It's also known as a bank run, when people all come and want their money back. And what happened is that this meme coin was launched, the Libra meme coin was launched, and the president had endorsed it. But then insiders who were in on the deal early dumped their coins after the people had bought in, and just within, I think this happened over the weekend, within hours, lots of money got liquidated and people lost all of their life savings, because they believed that if a president endorses such a meme coin, then and it's promised as part of the new future of Argentina, then that there must be something interesting there. There are some voices that say that the same happened with the Trump coin, the Melania coin. Now we have Libra. There's been other coins. I believe there's a meme coin, Broccoli, where CZ, who is a big name in the Binance space, posted a picture of his dog, I believe, called Broccoli. Anyway, people are fed up because there's a lot of money that is getting lost by people buying meme coins, and I can really understand those people. The problem is that in order for us to prosper in crypto, we need what is called retail. We need new people joining the crypto space so that the new people buy the important coins, the Bitcoins and the other coins that have strong fundamentals. And what's been happening is that the people joining crypto has the number of those people have continually gone down. That has seen a downtrend. So I can show you where you can actually verify that. It's important to know that, because we can only have a growing crypto space if there are new adopters of crypto. So this here is the daily exchange volume. Okay, so you basically see the 7-day moving average here of the daily exchange volume, and you can see that is a downwards trending curve here. Now, what is an exchange that most of you probably know? For example, that would be Coinbase, right? So if a lot of new people join Coinbase and purchase their coins, that is when this exchange volume goes up. Of course, here you can see that essentially after Trump's election, that gave us the Trump pump. But ever since then, we kind of have a downwards trend. And that is a little bit because of a series of unfortunate events, and the meme coins bleeding and the altcoins bleeding is a big part of it. Now, when we are in any market, we have to be aware of the psychology of the markets. And what is generally true is that during a phase of hopelessness and of anger, that is typically the phase where most non-professionals give up and leave the space, and that's where the professionals stay. And that is very often the phase shortly before a major pump. And then, of course, those people who benefit from the rising prices are the professionals again. And the little man and the little woman, which are called retail investors in crypto, they have given up and they join late when they come late to the party. So in a bullish scenario, you would say that right now we are in that hopelessness phase, that desperation phase, where a lot of people just walk away and they might actually regret it, because the alt season may still come, Bitcoin may still pump, right? And that's basically what we're looking at today, because I do think that, obviously, as someone who is a ardent crypto proponent and advocate, I do think that it is still the best space ever to be in to change your financial future. And if you want to know why and how to do that, all you have to do is join my list here. Go to the landing page, crypto.lifestyle, and I'll send you a free video that explains how to dollar cost average into Bitcoin, even if you're a beginner. That is very, very important. So just go ahead and do that. There will also be a boot camp that I will run next month in March, a 2-day boot camp, and you got to be on the list to even know about it. So there's one more reason for you to sign up. Now, as you know, every day when I go live, we will look at the chart. Okay, so let's do that again, the charts. So here we have Bitcoin. As you can see, we've been range bound between 92,000 and 108,000, right? Up and down and up and most likely down. We're here right now, and what I think it looks like, what I think, unfortunately, look, it is undeniable. Ever since the January 27th, really, we've been following this downtrend. And there's really nothing here, especially with a decreasing daily exchange volume. There's really nothing here that indicates that this downtrend will be invalidated and we break out of it. I would love to see that, but it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. So here's my bullish scenario, which I still believe that there's a good likelihood that that could happen. My bullish scenario is that we go and visit the 92,000 support line here, and then we will bounce up, probably do something like this, come back to that magical 98,000 boundary, revisit the 618, and then finally we need to reclaim the $100,000 mark. This is very important. And if we manage to reclaim it and defend it, then we can probably go and continue our bull run. This is what I still believe will happen. However, you have to understand and you have to know that it is entirely possible. Actually, I want to keep this yellow. So let me see, can I just start a new brush? Okay, so it's entirely possible that what could happen to us is also we come and find here the support around 92,000 here. We chop around a little bit and then we lose it. This is also possible as a more bearish case, granted that it's more of like a short-term bear, I think, at least, but it is possible. And in investing, you always have to know what is option A, what is option B, and then be prepared for it, hedge against it. So that's Bitcoin. Now, as you know, we always look also at the Bitcoin dominance. What is the Bitcoin dominance doing? The Bitcoin dominance is still respecting this uptrend here. And what we really needed to do in order for the altcoins to run, of course, is we need to lose this trend, break through this support, and then come down, so that we can actually have Bitcoin flow into alternative coins. That we would like to happen if we want the altcoins to perform. Which actually brings me to the main part of today's show, and that is we compare altcoins to Bitcoin and how they perform. And what you will see is the following. So first of all, we will look at a chart which is essentially the entire crypto space minus Bitcoin and minus the stablecoin USDT. And then we compare it to Bitcoin. And we do that on a very high time frame. So as you can see, I mean, this is undeniable. Ever since August of 2022, it's a downwards trending graph that we are seeing here, meaning Bitcoin has clearly been the better bet against the entire crypto space. Okay, so that is when it's called total 2. That is the entire crypto space negative minus Bitcoin. And then I also subtract the USDT stablecoin, and then I divide it by Bitcoin. So downwards trend. Okay. We can do the same thing with what is called others divided by Bitcoin. Others is the let me see, what is others again? So yeah, others is the crypto total market. Okay, so I don't have to exclude USDT because it's probably included in the top 10. And you can see the same picture. What that tells us, what does that tell us? Anyone have an idea what that tells us? Put it in the chat. What that tells us, that whether we like it or not, meme coins, alternative coins, are not performing, proportionally speaking, against Bitcoin. Which means if we take that information in consideration and we combine it with the fact that when you invest and trade, 80% of people lose money, only 20% make money. Let's assume for a moment that we are not the top 20% investors and traders. Let's just assume that for a moment. Because the likelihood is that a lot of you who are watching this stream, you're just not. It's just nothing personal. It's just, probability. Then wouldn't it make sense to constantly invest in Bitcoin, since that is constantly over the span of several years outperforming the altcoins and the rest of the crypto space? Wouldn't it make sense? I think it does. I think it does for most of you. And again, that does not mean that there are those moments like here, where if you look at this phase here, yeah, there are those moments where it is actually beneficial to be in other coins, right? Here as well. When was this? The Trump pump, right? So there are those moments, but again, you have to identify those moments, understand those moments, trade those moments. And a lot of people can't do that, which is why it's good to just dollar cost average into Bitcoin. And that is the video that is behind crypto.lifestyle. You join my mailing list and you get a free video that teaches you how to dollar cost average into Bitcoin. Now, this is important, what I'm about to say. Are you ready? A lot of the people that speak about this space, about trading and investing, they are focused solely on trading or investing. It's kind of, I think, what most content creators even know about. the way I was brought to the crypto space was through something called decentralized finance. And what decentralized finance is you take all the technology that runs crypto and actually do something, run a project that fulfills a very specific mission. So you're going to ask, well, what kind of missions are there in the crypto space? And the answer is a multitude, because really what a coin is a way to capitalize a project. If it is not a meme coin, if it is a meme coin, it's just a community bank. It's just a way to create a sense of community. However, if it has utility, then it fulfills typically a business logic, a business project. So let me give you a few examples. Well, there are indeed banks out there, crypto banks, where you can just deposit your money and exchange money and exchange into other currencies and so on and so forth. So there are those decentralized finance projects that just are alternatives to your banks in the traditional space. And what you can do there is, for example, you can borrow or lend. You can also invest in what we call liquidity pools, which are basically when you invest in a liquidity pool, you fund a market. You really bring you pre-fund the marketplace of that specific coin pair. But there's so many other instances where there's also the real world tokenization that is happening. A fractional ownership. For example, you have a building and you want to manage ownership over the building. Instead of creating an LLC and splitting it up into shares and distributing them over different owners, what you can do in crypto is you can tokenize everything and do that. You have DAOs, which are decentralized autonomous organizations or associations, which are basically small voting communities where the token holders can have their voice heard proportionally to the amount of tokens they hold. And that is all possible in decentralized finance. And what a lot of people don't know and don't understand, a lot of content creators just talk about trading and investing. But I actually focus a lot on decentralized finance, and I am invested in such projects that I have just named. One of my favorite ones is called the Privilege Club. And what it is basically an over-the-counter exchange for Filipinos who want to hold their savings in USDT stablecoin. Okay, so instead of holding their pesos, they hold the dollar because it's a stronger currency. And what I do is I provide liquidity for that exchange, and in return, I get a percentage of the margin that is added on top of the exchange rate. Very easy business. But most of you, probably 98% of you, have no idea how to participate in that, because you have to be able to navigate through decentralized finance. And yes, there are some barriers to overcome. But that is what I would do. I would dollar cost average into Bitcoin. And if you go to crypto.lifestyle and you sign up for my list, you start there. You get taught how to dollar cost average into Bitcoin. Then if you attend one of my boot camps, you will actually learn about the basics of DeFi and how you would even go about joining such a decentralized finance organization where you can partake in a real world project that has a real world value and that is not a speculative vehicle such as meme coins. There is also such a thing, and I think I'll talk more about that tomorrow. There is such a thing as what you can do is you can sell an option for Bitcoin. Woo, this is a very advanced topic. I will briefly I will attempt to explain what that is. Okay, so do you know when you have a car and you want to protect yourself from getting into an accident, then you buy insurance, right? Uh, and you go to your insurance agent, and that person is a seller of an insurance. uh, so essentially, what you do when you sell a put option is you sell insurance for people who are worried that Bitcoin will lose its value. Okay, so now little did most people know that anyone, you and I, can go on specific platforms and sell a put option, which is an insurance against people against Bitcoin falling to a certain level. So stay with me. If you are now of the opinion that there's nothing better than purchasing Bitcoin in the long term, and you want to buy Bitcoin each time it drops in value, what you could do is sell put options for Bitcoin. Because when you sell the put option, you get a premium, just like your insurance agent. When he or she sells you an insurance policy, you pay a premium, right? So if you sell a put option, you actually get paid a premium. Now, in the case where Bitcoin doesn't drop below a certain value, which we call the strike value, all is good. You just keep your premium. In the event where Bitcoin does cross that threshold that you choose, and you get to set that, you are then forced in European style options to purchase Bitcoin at that price that you protected the buyer of your put option against. But that is not a problem because you actually want to accumulate Bitcoin whenever it drops to a certain level. And that then means that you are being paid to dollar cost average into Bitcoin. So there's two ways of accumulating Bitcoin. One is to just dollar cost average into Bitcoin. Every day I buy a little bit of Bitcoin, every day, no matter what happens. Okay, I don't even care about the market. Does it go up? Does it go down? But there's an even smarter way, and that is through those put options. Okay, so you could go ahead and sell a put option that expires 2 weeks in advance. And again, if Bitcoin doesn't hit that strike price that you set, then you keep the premium. If Bitcoin does hit the strike price, you get to buy Bitcoin at a discount and you dollar cost average. Phew, that was a lot, right? That got pretty advanced, I have to admit. But it's, I mean, listen, what is really amazing is that when you grasp those things, you can get into a situation where no matter what the world's economy does, no matter what the market does it go up? Is it a bull market, a sideways chopping market like we have right now, or a bear market? You always know how to make money, and that's a beautiful thing. That is the crypto lifestyle for sure. That's what allows me right now to live a lifestyle that is absolutely fantastic. I'm in Amsterdam today. Tomorrow, no, Wednesday, we'll fly to Sheffield, to Manchester, and then Sheffield, stay there for a week, and then we'll go to Cape Town. And all of that is, of course, because we live the crypto lifestyle. So I don't see any, let me see, no comments. Okay, how did you like today? What's the takeaway? What's the takeaway? The takeaway is that Bitcoin is king, really. The takeaway is that if you are not a good trader who is behind his or her machine 24/7, then you should probably be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, and you should maybe consider selling put options in Bitcoin. Just maybe. Now, I know it's very tempting. I like to invest, I like to trade, and I'm not saying you can't learn it. I'm just saying don't underestimate the complexity of it. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for having spent your precious time with me. I am Shankar Poncelet, and I streamed live from Amsterdam to you. And we're going to wrap this up right now. Thank you so much for your time. See you tomorrow.